invite Rose Riggin to join me. Come on up here, Rose. Let's talk about Cheryl before we turn it over to the Senator and the Assemblyman. You know, Rose, before I have you make some comments, I do want to say something about Cheryl. I think I've known you now, Cheryl, about 5 years. Not a long time, but I've really been honored to know you, especially honored today to honor you as the Rick Zammer Business Hall of Fame Award. But a number of things I've noticed about Cheryl in knowing her to 5 years. Very good person, a business person. We all know her to be president of the Hugh's grandfather, Clock Inc., but we all know it as Hugh's Clock Shop. Everybody knows Cheryl and Mark from the Hugh's Clock Shop. I've been in her... Was that for me, Marty? Oh, I'm sorry. One thing about that shop, you must go in it. It is probably one of the a wonderful place to see, to visit, and to buy. And I know, Cheryl, you've been asking me, John, why don't you stop saying these things and buy something? When I saw Cheryl the first time, very quiet in the beginning, very reverent type person, but she does have opinions, and very good opinions, I must say. I had a chance to watch her and really get to know her a little bit at the first time I was involved with her and Ed Overman. We were interviewing students at Washington Township High School. And I know if Cheryl had her way, every student would have a scholarship. But she asked some great questions, and she really cares about the students as well as the people. One thing I'll say about you, Cheryl, a number of things I'll say about it, but one thing is that I know you're a substitute teacher in the Washington Township Public Schools. And I would think your students are very lucky to have you as a substitute teacher, because I got a funny feeling when you come in that room, you are prepared, whatever it would be, whether it be your friendly mannerisms, but I always feel you probably do have a lesson plan no matter what it's on. And I think probably the students learn something from you, not just the subjects that you might be substituting for. You may want to say something, Rose.
I'm totally ill-prepared. I had no idea he was going to do this. But I've known Cheryl for, well, since I had my other showroom, right, Cheryl? So we go back a ways, I guess about 10 years then or so. And she was a member, and so was I, of the chamber at the time. And I did some work for her in her home. But Cheryl lights up a room. She does. When she walks in, she lights up a room. I've really gotten to know her through the Wedgwood Women's Club in the last, I would say, year or two when she joined. And we sit together, all of us sit together, all of us girls, and we have a great time. And then when my house was on the tour, she was my committee person. Sure. Well, I truly, truly got to know her, and she is a workhorse. She really is. We have a little nickname for her, and I hope you don't take offense, the Bull. It's because she'll get in there and she'll do anything, and she's dedicated. She has a tremendous amount of integrity. She is always prepared. She's fun to be around. She really is. We became, I felt, very close to all of them. And Cheryl was always there, too. She was my committee person, and she lived up to it. When she takes on a job, she lives up to it. She does what she intends to do, and then more. And she does support the chamber. And she's always at the meetings, she's always at the breakfast, but there is a twofold reason for this. Cheryl loves to eat. She really and truly loves to eat. So, and it doesn't show. I mean, it's really good. She loves to work out too. But, Cheryl has a real great funny side to her. She has a great sense of humor. And as John said, when she takes on something, she is prepared. You could see that about her. She gets very involved. She's a great asset to this, function, and also this organization, and also the Wedgwood Women's Club, and anything that she gets involved in. She's also very spiritual. And as I said, that adds to her integrity and the way that she looks at things. But she's a wonderful person. Both a business person and just in general, just a wonderful person and a wonderful friend, and you should get to know her as a friend if you haven't already, because she is a great friend.
Boy, for a person that was not prepared,
Yeah, right.
Did you say her nickname was Bull?
Well, yes.
I did say she was opinionated.
This just gets in there and works.
I thank you, Rose. I appreciate it because I know you two are close. You know, I mentioned about the shop here on Gantown Road, but they also have a very nice facility in Haddonfield, and good people there as well. You know, I'm going to really, before I turn over to Senator Madden and Assemblyman Moriarty, I will mention a slogan that Cheryl and Mark have at their operation, at their clock shop. And it's really indicative of Cheryl and how devoted she is as far as helping people. And their slogan is, where we always have time for you. Very timely, by the way. Cheryl, all I'll say to you is it's a pleasure knowing you. And another thing about Cheryl is she's like, you know when you have like a good friend, okay? You may not see that friend all the time, but when you see that friend again, you pick up right where you left off. There's no uneasiness. And when Rose mentioned about the Wedgwood Women's Club, when they had the different Christmas houses, which were beautiful, by the way, I was over in Rose's house, which was wonderful. It was really laid out very beautifully. But I felt kind of funny because I was the only guy there. And no, just well, I got there early, and I went out in the backyard, and all of a sudden Cheryl's there, John, and Cheryl, and I just felt so much at ease with her there. And she's just a lot of fun to be with, a great sense of humor. What I'd like to now do is get into the formality here and ask Senator Madden if we please join me, and also Assemblyman Paul Moriarty.
Oh yeah, give me time.
Cheryl, since you are the honored person, you should be up here also.
Thank you, John. Yeah, you speak last, so we better be good to you, right, Cheryl? Thought we were having a fireside chat. Cheryl, this is really a heck of an accomplishment that you've actually achieved today. If you think about it, what you're really being recognized for is the person who you are. It just, you know, I once a month will sit in Bell's School out here on Green Tree Road, and there'll be 4th or 5th grade students receive an award called Student of the Month. And we often tell the parents that they're doing great jobs. They're showing their children how to keep things in between the white lines and just be that go-to person. There's students that are recognized for nothing single, no athletic specialties or straight A's. It's just about them as the person. And I parlay that into your recognition by the Chamber. Rick Zammer, for those that know him over the years, was one of those consummate community-oriented and minded individuals. And the Chamber recognized his commitments with bestowing an honorary award every year in his name, the Business Hall of Fame Award. You have great company that you are now a piece of, aside from Rick. I mean, 2 years ago we stood here and, you know, Greg Wood was the recipient, and of course last year Scott Marcus. But I will tell you this, whether you're teaching, whether you're in the clock shop, or whether you're participating in the caregiving ventures of the Wedgwood Women's Club or just throughout the town, you're still the same person, and that's what's most unique. Nothing changes about you. You're consistent, whether you're called the Bull, or whether you are called, you know, a real true caregiver, compassionate person. I'm sure whether you are involved in the clock shop, whether you're involved in the initiatives of the Wedgwood Women's Club or the Haddonfield Retail Merchants Associations, there's highs and lows. But one thing that everybody that I've talked to about you says there is nothing but consistency in the way that you respond. Very sincere, very dedicated, and committed. And you're always looking for the good result in whatever the problem is. And I think that is really what this is all about. It's about you as a person. I'm proud to stand here with you as your senator. I don't get to many lunches, but this is a special one, and I wanted to be here for you. Now, there are just to give a plug to the entire Egizi family, I have known them for more than 30 years, and I have to tell you, nobody falls far from the family tree and the commitment. You all, by and large, have been very committed to the people in Washington Township. whether it's at your local church or it's in the softball fields, and your name resonates well within the township. You represent